Aquarius, how you doing? So I have got to do this again, like I have on everybody's, and everyone's going to say, "Oh my God, I've already had this, Steve, because I've watched all my others." Okay, so you've probably heard it. So please timestamp it if you wish to give it other people so they can skip through when the reading starts. If you would, thank you. So I've changed things up. Okay, I'm going to really briefly go through it. If you want three month access to everything that's on Vimeo now, everything here is your monthly, so this is for your April, and it will be in a different folder from last month, and it's called Extended Monthly Readings. Okay, and you can have 3 month access to that, and that's $19 or £15, but that will give you 3 month access to obviously everything in April, May and June, and then also all bonus material that I will put in those folders also. Things that I did through last month and said the same kind of thing, but in the bi-weeklies, all those will still be put in there. So there's still options over there that's, I think, is around the same kind of price. If not, to clarify everything that I will do, that I'll tell you in a moment what I will do, is $5.31 or £4 3 okay, and that's just to see the rest of this reading over on Vimeo. But all the links are in the description. If you want a private reading, I am going on holiday very soon, so if you want to try and get a private reading in with me, there is an email in the description that you can follow to send me that email, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can in order to fit it in, okay? So the Skype's calls and everything will still go ahead if you want one when I am on holiday, but readings, I'm not sure how I would work that, but you can always contact me and find out. Okay, so pretty much this is your karma card. We're going to go through the tarot, but I've also drawn you some Angel Therapy cards by Doreen Virtue, okay, and the same kind of Doreen Virtue, but the Love Oracle. The Love Oracle ones will come out over on Vimeo. I will give you these ones now for your healing for the month, but also general advice of what I channel through those messages, okay? Then when we go over to the tarot, that I will do this first line here. The first one will be your karma card, and we go through the second, third, fourth houses, kind of, okay? But this is your karma card, so this is like beginning and endings, all that kind of thing. And then over on Vimeo, I will do the rest of the cards, clarify everything, and then with another deck, which is another deck like this, I will then do thoughts and feelings. It really does depend on how heavy or light the reading is, but more likely I will do thoughts and feelings for you as well, okay, to make the reading different. So everything is in the description. Let's crack on. Okay, so thank God for that. So you have your children are watched over by angels. Okay, your children are watched over by angels. So I'm not sure if any of you may have experienced loss or anything. I really hope not, you know. But if you have, you know, but they are being watched over by. But basically, we're all watched over, you know, by spirit guides and everything. You know, we're constantly, because we're God's children, pretty much. Depends if you're religious or spiritual or either way, really. But you're watched over by angels. So we'll see how this may start to come out through the rest of the cards. So to decide to be happy now, you know, happiness is a choice. This is a little bit like Gemini card to me, you know. Decide to be happy, you know, move forward and decide to be happy. If it's to do with pregnancy, or it could be to do with pregnancy maybe, but pretty much deciding to be happy. It might just be to do with children or something like that, but deciding to be happy, you know. The person you're asking about is trustworthy. So whoever it is that you have in mind is trustworthy. Look at those beacons of light. I haven't seen this card before. I don't use this deck much. That's the person you're asking about is trustworthy. So whoever it is that you have in mind is trustworthy. So basically, decide to be happy, because the person that you're inquiring about could be very caring and nurturing and look after children, and that could mean that's why that's there, the children card. But basically, that you are both watched over spiritually. And they're trustworthy. So it's kind of like you're in alignment with the person. Make a commitment. So somebody might be getting married maybe, or getting down on one knee. Make a commitment. Make a forward movement. It's okay. Don't worry. The person that you're concerned about is trustworthy. Okay? God is in charge. God is in charge. God is always in charge, right? So pretty much it's saying a prayer. Dear God, please help me let go of this situation. Give into faith and trust your divine wisdom and influence. Love is love in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. Okay, so you could well be like light workers and healing one another. You could be healing one another, and you'd like probably to heal the world, kind of thing. Because it's a very kind of like divine union, if that's like a happiness kind of thing. Let's see. Believe and trust. Before going to sleep at night, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace my faith with replace my fear with faith and trust. Let me be fulfilled with strength, courage, and confidence. Okay, so it's always good to ask for guidance like you would if you reached out for a private reading with people or anything like that, or people that you trust. You know, so it's always good to trust people in a perfect circle. But what this is saying is, in order to receive guidance, you have to ask for it, because you have to allow them in, because you have free will choices to allow things to happen or not. Okay, and that might be why it's saying that God is in charge. He puts connections together for you to grow and learn. If they're good situations, okay, make a commitment, because the person that you're inquiring about is very trustworthy. You know, believe and trust in yourself always, because of the great sacrifice of what I also teach a lot of people, what they kind of, that you probably know if you've already watched the channel, you know, where I used to play about sacrifice, the great sacrifice of one energy, Lucifer, God, us. We were all sacrificed from one beacon of light, and we came here to learn about codependency and restriction and to release control. Okay, release control. So we understand many things about pain and loss and rebirth, you know. So through those processes, we realised that the most important person in your life ever is really you, because when you give off that beacon of light, when you give off that vibration there is your key. That's the answer to everything. Your vibration to you is literally everything, because you meet like attracts like. You do not want to attract dislike attracts dislike, because then you would be at a very low vibration and you won't be you'll be out of control understanding what it is, and then things turn toxic, can do in certain situations in life. Okay, so when you're more relaxed and your beacon of light shines bright and you have it under protection, you know that you're the greatest protection and the source of energy of one thing to manifest reality of like attracts like. Okay, pretty much like trusting. The person you're asking about is trustworthy. Well, you trust yourself, right? If you can't trust yourself, trust will attract trust. You will attract in a trusting person because you are trusting. So you have to be in alignment with what it is that you're called as a soul cry, as a person, to realize that you can't have fear about people. We just learn more about that, pretty much. You know, when you can trust yourself and that your own guidance, that's your intuition. Your intuition will grow very, very strong through a connection of a proper soulmate relationship, but mostly to do with the love that you have and respect for yourself, because someone will see that value about you eventually. If you don't have a person, they will, you know, they will, because like attracts like light of light, beacons of light. So that's your kind of channel messages at a whim. So let's go for your karma cards. So let's see. Wow, so the world's pretty much like the Wheel of Fortune. So karma, destiny, dating, seeing someone across the internet or across the world, or that coming out of a completion. So pretty much that you could have both completed a cycle together at the same time. Now, if it's an old person, you could have completed that and you could be on the same path together, or it more feels like an ending of it's more about travel. I'm kind of picking up really the world, to be honest, because it's more like communication. It's an ending to something that you've had a major completion, a major completion, a breakthrough. Wow, so there you go, the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. Wish fulfillment. It could have a lot to do with travel, communication via text, Skype or whatever, but waiting like for my Ten of Cups, because the Nine of Cups is a completion card, that you've learned something pretty much. It's not an ending, you're just waiting to complete you'll complete yourself from across the world, which is like finding my actual happiness and fulfillment. This is wish fulfillment, but there's been an ending, which is a completion of a 9. So there's been a lesson learned of like, now I am communicating more freely and openly. I have found my beacons of light and my calling. The person that I'm inquiring about is trustworthy if they're across the internet or across the travel or the town or state or city. And the person that you're communicating with across that internet or whatever is trustworthy, because this is my wish fulfillment. So I'm waiting to communicate via travel for my Ten of Cups. Wow, so there you go. Investing, waiting, also waiting. But this is also to do with money. So I also do money and finances and health if I can. Well, I do. But this is reinvestment. So this is investing into something that's stable, that you've had wish fulfillment with. Like, but this is growth because of like an ending. So it's like something that's come into fruition. It's really started to bloom into my actual wish fulfillment. There's waiting for something, but like probably waiting for communication or waiting for something to happen. But this is like reinvesting into the same feeling of wanting my 10 of Cups. In alignment, 7. So yeah, there you go, waiting for my Empress. My Empress. So that's the feminine and also masculine quality. It doesn't matter, but I'm waiting for my divine counterpart. I'm waiting for, which is someone that's very caring, giving, sharing and nurturing. It's more of a, like I have been saying through some of them, you know, is the fact that when you meet the one, there is no power play. There is no power play because you can't work out or figure out who is the masculine or feminine. It doesn't really enter the equation anymore because you are both equal. You are both equally masculine and kind of, you know, there's not really stubbornness. It's a very strange feeling. It's kind of a very giving, like giving in kind of energy. There doesn't really lead much to argumentation or energy. It's because I submit and you both submit to one another pretty much straight away because the feeling is undeniable. Because you have a quality of give and take. So it doesn't mean I just give you a little bit and I'm thinking about giving you a little bit and then this and that. You just do it freely because you both freely want to. Communication is completely open of wish fulfillment and reinvesting into the same thing. So, well, there you go. So my divine counterpart-ish, which is the Queen of Pentacles, the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. So some of you could be waiting on results for pregnancy. You could be waiting on results for pregnancy, and that could be why your children are watched over by angels. I'm not picking this up as a loss. I'm just kind of picking this up more of an energy that if some of you are pregnant, you're probably waiting for some kind of result to do with motherhood. Yeah, you could be waiting for actual pregnancy results. Yeah, but also waiting, because the Queen of Pentacles can also be like fertile, like pregnancy, but it's more of a divine counterpart of a feminine quality. This is what I was saying, the feminine and masculine, but both spiritual and leadership intoriated, but both feminine, but also both masculine, because this represents stability, but they're both feminine. So it's not a power play. We both face one another, but we both look out together to like not rule, but kind of like guide people and help people, a bit like Lady Diana. You know about Lady Diana. But Lady Diana was a very influential person. You know, she helped out a lot of people. She really did, and she was very caring and sharing, and she invested so much time and effort into what she believed to be right. You know, independently on her own. You know, that's just a brief story, but pretty much as an independent card of that quality, that's someone that's very caring and sharing and does spiritual work or does kind of like volunteer work and goes to different places and decides on which one is more in need of her help, that she would be in alignment with helping that person, you know, because she wouldn't be able to pick every different kind of avenue of investing money into charity organisations or anything like that. She would be able to pick wisely which ones need her attention. She used to visit hospitals and people that were sick, you know, so she was a very loving and caring person. She had a lot of time to give. This is like time well invested into someone else that is of the same nature. You know, the Queen of Pentacles can be very leadership intoriated because she's the counterpart of the King. She's the one that receives the messages, so she's also very gifted, you know, very spiritual also because she receives all the information, but she's more caring, like stable in the Empress is more wise with wisdom of spirituality, but the Queen is also the same of Pentacles, but she's more of an earth quality of feminine of day-to-day kind of things like looking after children. This one would be more independent from children, this energy, and this energy here would more likely already have children. Queen of Pentacles, very caring, loving person. Wants also something stable. Doesn't have to mean pregnancy, but I want something stable in my life, and I want it to be someone that's equal to me. Face off, waiting, but investing. Wish fulfillment. If it's to do with money, it's good. It's kind of like that you have something in a backer, like there's a backer of something that's coming, and you know it is, and it's bloomed, so you've put work into whatever it is that you're waiting for, but you're just waiting for it to fall to... Some of you could be falling pregnancy, like not foolish, but falling. I'm picking like pregnancy, like the pentacle that's dropped. Pentacle that's dropped. You're waiting to drop something, but like if you're looking at it as work, you're waiting for money to come in for something. It could be because of retrograde speeding up, and now you're waiting for that. But there's still something very earthbound and stable around you also, you know. But we'll see what happens if it's to do with also money and career and health. But health looks great at the moment. Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups means that you're feeling very happy and joyful. You're fulfilled in many ways. This is not like greed. This is like true investment of purity, because there's no swords. There's no swords, but there's kind of so there's no thought energy or anything. It's just a very caring, relaxed energy, but feeling like I have everything because the Nine of Cups talks about that I already have everything, kind of thing, you know. But I am still waiting for my 10th cup, which is complete fulfillment. But I am very happy with the person that I'm investing in. Across the world, across sea travel, communication. Yeah, so okay, that's your reading at the moment, Aquarius. Thank you very much, and I'll go over to Vimeo, and it is in the description, like I said, and then I'll clarify everything and do everything that I'd said, and we'll see what happens to the cards. Okay, all right, guys, thanks very much for your support, and I will catch you over on the flip side. Peace.